Greg, news today that David Moyes is to move on from Everton. A tough blow for many Blues.
It certainly is. It's probably the news that almost all Evertonians have dreaded. For as long as David Moyes has been at the club in so many ways, he's developed the club and taken it to a place which during its Premier League history has been unparalleled progression and relative success in terms of finishing in the top half of the table, consistently finishing near there or thereabouts the European places, and just restoring pride to the club. So he's been a massive figure at Everton Football Club, widely loved by the supporters, certainly respected universally, and to lose one of the best managers that the club's had, like I say, albeit without silverware, is a huge blow, and there'll be a lot of understandably upset Evertonians today.
It's not unexpected, though. This saga over whether or not he will put pen to paper again on his contract has been going on for months now.
Well, it has, and we've seen this scenario before with David Moyes. The last time his contract was approaching expiring, and he didn't run it down to this degree last time. So I think the closer it's ticked towards June without a decision, there's always been question marks, and they've grown. David Moyes has said consistently, look, I'm going to make a decision at the end of the season, and I believe that was his intention. However, it's not very often you get offered, you wake up to be told that you're in the frame and then get offered the United job. I think the news of Ferguson's retirement may well have been planned to be released in the summer after this season's finished. It wasn't. It emerged on Wednesday, and the events have spiralled since then, really. And I think Evertonians will be hurting. They'll be upset. They might even be angry that they lose their manager, but I think they'll probably understand as well that there are very few jobs David Moyes would have left the club for, but I'm afraid this is one of them, and it's almost an opportunity that they couldn't in many ways refuse him.
But life goes on. He will be replaced. Who are the names?
Naturally,
in the frame?
yeah, and there are going to be several names in the frame. I think the most predominant early contender, if you like, would be Roberto Martinez at Wigan, who's got a lot of smart money behind him in terms of the bookies. But it depends what Everton want to do. They might look internally. They've got a couple of candidates there, certainly in terms of Alan Stubbs, who's been a very sort of impressive manager with Everton's under-21s since he's taken over those a few years ago. Former captain of the club, and is impressing everyone that he comes across at Goodison Park. David Weir, another former Everton central defender who's been working at the club in a coaching capacity with Stubbsy. Of course, there's Phil Neville, who we understand is keen to play on for another year, but has also recently qualified with his Premier League A licence, his UEFA A licence, coaching licence that is. So candidates are everywhere. Abroad, there's Vitor Pereira from Porto, who's a very highly thought of continental manager, similar to AVB in the sense that he would be a bright young foreign manager who would be a bit of a departure for Everton in many ways. But they might look at what AVB's done at Spurs and think, well, let's go there. We know Pereira's out of contract in the summer. Malky Mackay done a very good job in the Championship, obviously coming into the Premier League next season with Cardiff. So there's candidates everywhere, and I think what Evertonians will want to see is that the club moves with not indecent haste and certainly not rushes, but does some the right homework and gets the right shortlist, but doesn't let it drag for too long, because that in turn could affect the planning for next season, and it's going to be a crucial season whatever you look at it now, because there's that influx of TV money from the new BT deal, and whoever's going to come in will need to be able to spend that, and they need to have time to prepare their shortlist of transfer targets and try and ensure they can carry on the excellent work that David Moyes has done this season.